Hi guys, this is George back here with another video and welcome to another video here working in World of Adventure in Planet Coaster. This is episode 8 and as you can see I am carrying on with the haunted dark ride that I started in the last episode. So as you can see there are a few scenes that have already been done. They were completed in the last episode. In this video you're going to see a lot of progress being made on this dark ride. Lots of different scenes are going to be going in during this episode, starting here with a bit of a jail scene. As you can see, there's kind of just storage that's kind of been chucked there, and you can see all the bars over there, as well as if you're inside this cage. And you can see you're actually probably going to see quite a lot of changes made throughout the video, however, more so in the next episode. There are going to be a few changes being made in this episode. Where those cages are, they currently go into that section where it then turns round again, as you can see, and it's kind of split. It's made all into one room. I have changed that now, so it's kind of split off into two rooms. So instead of having one big room there, there's kind of two smaller rooms. So you'll see that change either in this episode or the next episode. It's actually been a while since I filmed this footage here, and I can't remember which episode I did what, but no matter what, you are going to see lots of progress in this episode to lots of different scenes. So yeah, you can see some coffins just getting scattered around there. You'll probably see a lot of other changes throughout the episode as well, like kind of moving scenes around and removing bits and adding bits, and kind of changing some things around, some of the layouts of stuff, and little bits of changes with the track of the ride. So yeah, you'll see a few different things happening in this episode. And then in the next episode, you'll see the final touches being made on the inside of this attraction. And then I'll be building the exterior of this dark ride as well, and also the surrounding area as well. Of course, this is going to be the signature attraction inside the Scottish themed area of the park. Here we go. You can see this next section now. I'm actually trying to make a bed out of different pieces in the game. So, of course, a standard bed isn't something that's in the game. So, you need to use other pieces to kind of create that. Of course, you can probably go and download it from the Steam Workshop. However, I like using the things that are already in the game and then trying to be a bit more creative with what's already there and using what's there to make something a bit more interesting. So, you can see that I've just used a couple of wooden planks for the bed there. Would not recommend that uh, for your mattress. But you can see a bed frame has gone in and all the different curtains as well. You can see some dynamite crates that I've used to kind of look like pillows. So yeah, not recommended to be used as a bed with this one. However, for the looks of it, I thought that looked decent for a pillow. I thought it looked like a pillow, and therefore I used it, just using what's already in the game as a different purpose, really, to kind of create something else with it. Here we go. You can see like a sheet that's gone on there, and this wasn't anything to do with the ride. I just wanted to have a look at it because I saw there was a door with a screen on it, and I was like, oh, that's quite cool. So yeah, I wanted to have a quick look at that before carrying on with the bed here. So here we go. You can see a skeleton going on there just now, and you're going to see a couple of other props going on there as well, including whatever this is. I can't remember what this is called. The Grim Reaper's weapon there. That was a bit of a tongue twister. There we go. You can see a book there as well that's going to be flying around. And then you're also going to see one of these kind of shadow figures that will kind of come flying towards you. So basically on this ride, where I was talking about earlier with splitting the dungeon room into two different rooms, you're going to be going through this library, which is going to be built in the next episode. So you'll go through the library, and then whilst you're there, a door's going to open, and it's going to reveal this bedroom where this shadow figure is going to come towards you. You're going to see the skeleton. You're going to see this bed in front of you, and the book flying around. So yeah, it's going to be another room that you're going to go past whilst you carry on through the manor. Of course, if you want to hear about the story of this ride, then check out the last episode where I go kind of in depth with the story. You can see that the bed was too big to fit in the space that I'd allocated for it there. So I did move things a bit forward, which I think actually helped, to be honest, because it was looking a bit big, and I was worried it was a bit big for a bed, but there we go. That's just the ideal size I wanted it, really. So that is ideal. There we go. You can see the wallpaper going up now, and you can see what I'm talking about with splitting this off into another room. This is actually another room. So where the fences are leading up to the walls of this room, they are going to be removed later on, and then this is going to be a whole separate room. These doors are going to open to look into another room. So it's a bit confusing when I try and explain it. However, you will see it all happen during this episode and the next episode. So yeah, that shadow figure will be a triggered effect, and you won't see it go flying through the wall, by the way. I'm going to time it, so by the time that the doors open, the shadow figure would have already kind of gone through the wall section, because of course it would be very unrealistic just seeing something come flying through the wall. So I'm going to time it so it doesn't look like that has happened. Here we go. You can see another section going in just here as well. So this is a corridor section, and this is going to be an extra section inside the corridor, a little bit of an extra scene. You can see lots of rope hanging from the wall just here. You'll see some lights going in, and then a skeleton is going to be hanging from this rope as well. And you'll see a few other details going in. However, the main idea with this section is the fact that this skeleton is being held up against the wall by the rope. There we go. You can see kind of crypt I was looking at there. You can see some weapons just going up on the wall, just for extra detail. And then you're going to see some animatronic larvae, I don't know how to say these, like larvae, or whatever they are, going in just here as well. And here we go. I was looking at that spider effect as well, and I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, I'm putting that in. It looks like they're all crawling up the wall, which is quite cool. And some smoke going in just there as well to make it a bit more eerie and atmospheric. There we go. We've got a spider that's going to drop down from the ceiling as well. Of course, these will all be triggered effects that I will sort out. I've been waiting until all the scenes are finished before doing all the triggered effects, so then I'd kind of get an idea with where each of the different triggers are and how many I need. There we go. You can see some doors going in just here as well. These will be boarded up. And then I was looking at some places to put windows, but then I thought, you know what, this isn't the space for it. So I ended up not putting any in. Here we go. You're going to see some different wooden boards going up against the doors now, as if they've been blocked off. There we go. Yeah, with this section, there's going to be a couple of different scenes. There is another scene like the one with the skeleton on the other side that you'll see first. And there's going to be like a small room in there, and another one of those shadow figures is going to come kind of flying past the doorway as you look in. There we go. You got a glimpse of it just there. So you're going to turn around and look at that, and then you're going to turn around into that next scene. Of course, this ride is all programmed in to kind of face where I want it to face. You can change the directions of where the vehicle's going to look, and I spent absolutely ages programming this ride, making sure it was exactly how I wanted it, where to have it, where the vehicle was looking where I wanted the whole time, spinning round into different scenes, then spinning round into another part. And it took absolutely ages. However, I'm really happy with it, and I've put so much time into this dark ride, probably between 10 and 15 hours have gone into this dark ride, possibly even longer than that, to be honest. I've spent ages on this, of course, actually getting inspiration for it, and then planning it and building it, and then changing bits, and like, so I'll build stuff and then delete stuff, and changing bits, changing parts of the layout of the ride so I can fit other theming in and wallpaper and other things like that, making rooms smaller, making some rooms bigger, changing the layout a bit. You'll see that you can currently see over there the garden scene. I actually moved that a couple of times, and I decided I was going to have one scene that's kind of set outside. However, then I decided I'm going to have two. So there was a lot of decision making and a lot of changing my mind with this project, with what I wanted it to do and what I wanted it to be like. However, I have kind of made my mind up now, and it's pretty much all done. I have been working on the footage that you're going to see in the next episode, and in terms of the interior of this ride, it is pretty much done now. So yeah, it's going to be time for me to start working on the exterior next, which will also be in the next episode. Lots of this you're going to see off camera. A lot of work is going to be done off camera as well. I haven't put all of the footage in of building this, just so the videos weren't going to be too long, because even sped up like this, some of the videos were still like 40 minutes if I'd included all the footage. And I want to keep some scenes a surprise as well. There we go. So this scene, you can see I'm currently putting some lights in upside down. This whole room is going to be upside down. So you're going to come into this room and all the furniture is going to be on the ceiling. It's going to be kind of, you're going to go in there and think, whoa, what is going on here? So yeah, it's going to be a very weird scene. This is where you're going to come in here and it's going to start getting very weird and mysterious throughout this point of the ride. There we go. So you can see all those lights going in. All the picture frames are going upside down as well. Of course, I haven't put anything in those picture frames yet. However, I will add those in. I'm not sure what to do because, of course, Planet Coaster does have some kind of pictures that you can put in there. However, with the amount of picture frames I put around this ride, there's not enough in the game. So I'm thinking about maybe downloading some images of like different monsters or spooky settings or something. I don't know. To kind of put in the frames. There we go, you can see a fireplace just going in here as well. And then more furniture going in just here as well. You can see a sofa going just there. Yeah, everything is on the ceiling. Everything's upside down in this room. And in a minute, you're going to see some lights going on the floor as well. Like I find some chandeliers and I turn them upside down and have them kind of sticking up from the floor. So everything is upside down in this room apart from the riders themselves and the vehicle. So it's going to be like either you're traveling upside down on the ceiling or the whole room is just flipped around. That's the idea with this. The whole room is just completely flipped around and everything's going a bit wrong and a bit weird. Here we go. So we've got some bookcases going in just here as well. I do actually change these bookcases in a minute because I find some that already have books in, so then I don't have to find books to fill the shelves with and use those books that move all the time, just so it was a little bit different. Here we go, you can see me looking at the lights now. So I did want to use that chandelier, however then I found another one that I liked more. There we go, you can see that one just there, just lowering that into the ground so it wasn't pretty much touching the ceiling. And there we go, you can see all of those going in just here as well. And this is a section that I'm planning on coming back to as well, because of course, as you can see at the moment, there is no kind of room for that chandelier because of where the track is for this ride. So I'll make sure to come back to that and add that in and kind of change the layout a bit so I can fit it in. Here we go, you can see this would be the floor of the ride that's going in now, or of this room, sorry. Or a rug. I didn't put this in for the whole of the area. I just decided it kind of looked a bit plain in the middle, so I decided, you know what, I'm gonna use this to make it look like it was a rug. There we go, so you can see all of that going in just there. I'm really happy with this room. I do really like the idea of it and the look of it, and like just going in here and things being a bit strange. There we go, you can see the final bit going in just there. So there we go, lots of progress has already happened in this episode. A couple of different scenes have gone in, more shelves going in there as well, upside down, of course. And then there will be more happening later as well. You're going to see a slight change of the layout of the rooms in a minute, because originally the garden scene that I build in this episode wasn't going to be a garden scene, or it was going to be a garden scene, and then I changed my mind and decided not to have it as a garden scene and to put the garden somewhere else. Then I decided I wanted to have two outdoor scenes and I would use that one. So that's part of the decision process that went on during this ride, and you'll see that section going in later on. There we go, you can see a rat running across the floor or ceiling, whichever you want to call it, over there, and a rocking chair as well. Just filling the space a bit more. There we go, and another sofa going in here as well. I only put the one in there because, oh no, I didn't put any in at all, did I? There we go. I was looking at putting one of those in as well, but then I was like, I didn't like how it just kind of popped through the ceiling, so I decided, no, I'm not gonna include that. Here we go. I'm putting the chairs over here instead now. And you can see some skeletons are going on there as well. So they're going to be sitting on these chairs, but of course upside down. And you're going to go right underneath them. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting part of the ride. I'll probably have those as triggered effects, so then they kind of reach down towards you as you go past. Here we go. This was the point where I thought about those other bookshelves now, so I'm putting those in there instead because they already have books in. And then you will see these ones, there we go, have these books in. Of course, making sure to put them upside down. And these ones, of course, were in the spooky pack and they move by themselves. There we go. I was going to put some more of those in, just trying to find a space for it, just kind of clearing some room. Bit stuck in the ceiling there. Yeah, this one was kind of difficult to build because normally I built the roof as the last part of it and put all the theming in first. But with this one, I wanted to put the roof in, so then I'd be able to make sure the furniture was on it and not looking like it was floating. And here we go. You can see the next scene going in here as well. So this originally was part of the garden scene, or that next room that you can see there. However, I changed it, so I split it off into a separate room. So instead of going through, I was going to have kind of a big room with lots of little rooms that you're going to go past, that are going to have different scenes going on in there. However, then I changed my mind again and I kind of moved it across the garden section. There was originally a wall over towards the back of that other scene. You can see this section is going to be a bit of a corridor scene. There's going to be a lot of spinning wheels in here. There's going to be skeletons hanging from the walls and kind of a bit of a storage area, kind of just like I don't know, like a storage area with lots of skeletons in and traps and things like that. So you can see lots of different rope going in just here, and boxes. These are all from the Western scenery pack, as you can see. Yeah, there's actually a lot of stuff in the Western and the Pirates pack that I used in this ride, like all the different boxes and barrels and things like that, that actually work quite well with this. Here we go, you can see a skeleton hanging from in that cage just there. And then I was looking at other stuff in the Pirates pack. As you can see, lots of barrels going in just here. And then I was looking for some skeletons here as well, which you'll see hanging from the wall. There we go. This was the point where I was looking for a specific kind of scenery item, and that's the kind of wooden plank with a kind of hook on that the skeleton is hanging from that I wanted to put up on the wall. However, I didn't know the name of it, so I couldn't find it. Here we go. You can see I'm putting some other traps inside this room now. I was going to put that in, however, I would have had to make the ceiling much higher if I wanted to be able to fit that in. Otherwise, I would have just had that big block sticking out the top. So I decided I won't put that in. Not enough space for those other things, as you can see, so I was just putting these in instead. All these spinning spikes. These were part of the Adventure Pack DLC. Here we go. So this was the point now where I was just looking through all of the different scenery items so I could try and find what I was looking for. And the worst part was it wasn't even in there. It was in the buildings section instead of the scenery section. So I went through all of those different scenery items for absolutely no reason. and it is instead in the building tab. There we go, so you can see switched over. There we go. And there it is. That is the thing I was looking for that I wanted to put on the walls. So there we go. So yeah, this scene is kind of just finishing touches now, putting a few more barrels in, filling up all of the space, and then putting some more spikes on the walls. And then you're going to see the garden scene built. This is a scene that I took out of the actual footage. I kind of cut the footage of that and didn't include all of it. However, you will see the garden scene complete at the end of this video. You'll just see this whole area change. There we go. As you can see, this whole area is pretty much done now. There's a whole graveyard section in there, lots of dead trees and bushes, and you can see that there is some star cloth going up on the walls as well to simulate the fact that you're supposed to be outside. Of course, you're not going to be outside. However, it's going to look like you are. And then I do put some windows in on the house as well and a roof to make it look like you've come out of the house, you're inside, and then you go back into the house to carry on with the rest of the ride. And you'll see all of that get put in a minute. So there we go. You can see there's lots of mist in there and smoke, lots of dead trees. I really like the look of the graveyard area and the fences kind of surrounding it. Lots of different vines kind of growing out of the ground and plants as if they've taken over, like it's all abandoned. There we go. So that is the star cloth done. So those final walls here are going to be the house. So you can see the star cloth is going to be going on the top, and then there's going to be windows on the bottom layer. And I also put a roof on there as well, as if to look like you've come out of one door of the house and then you go into another door of the house and you're kind of in an outdoor section in this part of the ride. So yeah, you're about to see the windows go in, and then that'll be the end of this video. So that is now pretty much the end of this video here. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at George Kelly and follow me on Twitter at George Kelly. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, everyone, and I will see you all later. Bye.